The Respondus Lockdown Browser is a custom browser that locks down the testing environment in eClass. When students use Lockdown Browser to access a quiz, they are unable to print, copy, visit other websites, or access other applications while the quiz is being administered. Quizzes created for use with Lockdown Browser cannot be accessed with the standard browser. It requires students to download the unique browser separately. The Lockdown Browser works much like a standard browser, but some options have been removed or work differently. For example, in the Respondus Lockdown Browser window, you'll notice a modified toolbar. The condensed toolbar includes only forward, back, refresh, and stop functions. Assessment mode is enabled, and it shows full screen and cannot be minimized, resized, or exited until submitted for grading. Disabled controls, such as printing, keystroke combinations, screen grabs, function keys, and right-click menus are disabled. And blocked features and applications, like the Start button, System Tray, and menu bars have been removed. Hundreds of screen capture, messaging, screen sharing, and network monitoring applications are blocked. Before you are able to enable the Lockdown Browser in your course, you must already have created quizzes or exams in eClass. Once you have your exams developed, your next step is to add the Lockdown Browser dashboard as a block to your eClass course. Turn Edit Mode on and click Add a Block. From the menu, select Respondus Lockdown Browser. Once the block has been added, click Dashboard. A list of your quizzes and exams in your eClass course will be displayed. To enable the Lockdown Browser for a particular quiz or exam, select Settings from the context menu to the left of the quiz title. Click Require Lockdown Browser for this exam. Several advanced settings are available to further customize and control. The first option is lock students into the browser until the exam is complete. This means that the student cannot exit the test until the quiz has been submitted for grading. Enabling a password would allow either the instructor, exam proctor, or student to enter the password to exit the exam. Do note that any internet disruptions could result in the student being completely unable to exit the Lockdown Browser, prompting them to force a shutdown of their device and restart the exam. The next option is to allow access to specific external web domains that you've designated as acceptable resources for the exam. You can also enable a calculator on the Lockdown Browser toolbar. Both a standard and scientific calculator will be available for use. And lastly, you can enable printing from the toolbar. This would allow students to print the exam screen. Once you've customized the settings to your liking, click Save and Close. You'll now notice that the list of quizzes in your eClass course has been updated to indicate the quizzes that have Lockdown Browser enabled. There are a few things you can do to make sure that the exam experience goes smoothly for you and your students. If you've imported a course from a previous semester that included quizzes that use Lockdown Browser, make sure to access the Lockdown Browser dashboard in your current course to re-enable it for the quizzes you plan to use. Offer a low-stakes practice quiz using Lockdown Browser so students can familiarize themselves with the platform and troubleshoot any issues ahead of the actual exam. Urge students to complete the practice quiz using the same device and internet connection they plan to use for the real exam. This helps identify any compatibility or connectivity issues in advance. Recommend that students take quizzes on a computer or laptop rather than a mobile device, such as an iPhone or an iPad, to minimize technical issues. Let students know that internet disruptions during the exam may prevent them from exiting Lockdown Browser normally, potentially requiring a forced shutdown and exam restart. Supply students with detailed step-by-step guidance on how to download and install Lockdown Browser. This helps ensure they are prepared and reduces the likelihood of technical problems on the exam day. Remind students that once Lockdown Browser is active, they will be unable to access other applications or websites until the exam is submitted. If students encounter difficulties downloading or installing Lockdown Browser to their device, advise them to contact the IT Help Desk for support. Additionally, provide clear instructions on how they should report technical issues to you, and be ready to assist them in resolving problems so that they can complete their assessments without disruption. Consider including this guidance in your syllabus to ensure expectations are communicated upfront.